Picture this. It's 1988 and life is exactly as rad as you remember. You're sprawled on the carpet in front of the 20-inch Magnavox console TV, watching MTV back when they actually played music. Guns N' Roses is ripping through Sweet Child of Mine, and your Sony Walkman is never more than an arm's reach away, because you never know when the urge to rewind Appetite for Destruction for the 15th time is going to hit. And like every other teenager with a pulse in the late 80s, you've got two obsessions: cars and car stereo systems. You spend hours flipping through car stereo reviews, circling gear you absolutely can't afford, and drooling over dream systems that would make your neighborhood Radio Shack employee faint. You're imagining yourself behind the wheel of something turbocharged, something aerodynamic, something with a little digital dash swagger. Then boom, there it is, the 1988 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. Long hood, squat stance, intercooled turbocharged attitude. It looked like the 80s tried to build a spaceship and accidentally made a muscle car. And then right when you think it can't get any cooler, you flip the page. And your brain melts, because staring back at you is the MTX demo vehicle, a full-blown rolling earthquake, 6 10-inch subwoofers, 5 Blue Thunder amplifiers, and a system so over the top it made your buddies Jensen's Traxels look like Happy Meal toys. And the car valued at nearly $30,000, which in 1988 money might as well have been $1 million plus a lifetime supply of Crystal Pepsi. And the best part? MTX wasn't just showing this beast, they're giving it away in a sweepstakes. That's right, some lucky human being was going to drive off in a car so loud Rick Astley himself would roll down the window and politely ask you to never, ever, ever give it up. And deep down you knew it. This was your moment. You grabbed a pen, filled out the entry form, and thought, yep, destiny has arrived. Spoiler alert, you didn't win, but today we're going back to relive the magic of the legendary Blue Thunder amplifiers that powered this 1988 Ford Thunderbird. Fast forward to 2025, and lucky me, about 10 years ago, found one of these MTX BTA 2100 amplifiers brand new in the box off of eBay. Of course, a nearly 40-year-old amplifier is going to need to be refreshing, so I sent it off to Sean King so it could be recapped and got ready for today's video.
Yo, it's the BTA.
Of course, the original owner's manual was included. Very nice.
Made in the USA. We're bringing that sound, no distortion, no delay. 300 watts, my ride like a concert hall.
Back in the day, amplifiers usually came with wiring kits too, which is pretty crazy. 10 gauge here OFC wiring. And those who know old school know this is an Orion harness.
Sensing no clip, I'm the sound killer, Molex connectors. Wires need is my fade, red like a unicorn. This amp slays the decade. Subwoofers bumping, trunk about to explode. Pulse width modulated, that's the secret code. Blue Thunder, always clean and raw. Low distortion beats breaking every law. Old school tech, my text, crown jewel. Blue Thunder's rare, got me feeling so cool. Yo, they ask, what's the...
Although the 2-year warranty on these amps has long expired, the MTX speakers at this time had an incredible 10-year warranty. The BTA series amplifiers hit in 1988 and were listed in the May 1988 Audio Magazine Car Stereo Directory for $439.99. It was also interesting to see 2 additional models, the BTA 435 and BTA 250. Although the 2100 was the only model to make it into production, we have a photo of the prototype BTA 250 heatsink thanks to Rupert O. In the late 1980s, MTX was well known for their speakers and subwoofers, but not for amplifiers. PPI, Orion, Rockford Fosgate, and others had strongholds on the market. It was pretty smart, though, of MTX to have the blue look of the heatsink because it stood out. Much like the Orion HCCA series of the red, these Blue Thunders definitely were not your average-looking amplifier. Behind the scenes, though, MTX and Orion, who created the amplifier board for these, were having conflicts, which led MTX to moving on to PPI to assist in the next series of amps, the Terminator series. More on that later. Here on one side of the BTA 2100, we first on the far left have the left channel peak LED light and the bridging button. The button only summed the inputs though, as the amp was internally bridgeable and tri-mode capable, as we will show later in the video. Next up, we have the left and right RCA inputs, which are non-Tiffany style, and the power LED. Further right is the gain adjustment, Thunder Q, and right channel peak LED. The Thunder Q added plus 15 dB at 45 Hz and plus 6 dB at 10 kHz for extra bump. During the late 1980s, having a bass boost on an amp was a feature many people wanted. On the opposite side, we just have the attached 10-gauge power and ground wires, as well as the 9-pin Molex plug. Again, this amp used the same speaker wiring harness as the Orion GX, GS, HCCA, and SX amplifiers, which included 5 active pins for left and right speakers and the remote turn-on wire. 10-gauge power and ground included very short ground connection, and the power wire could be extended with the included 20 feet of red OFC wire. Speaking of wire, our wiring guide here, bridging was capable using left positive and right negative on the speaker leads. Features for the BTA include researched, designed, and constructed in the USA, PWM power supplies, short circuit protection, bipolar output stage, internally bridgeable, clipping indicators, unique heatsink, and a muting circuit to alleviate turn-on and turn-off thumps. As for ratings, the stereo amplifier is rated 100 watts by 2 at 4 ohms, 150 by 2 at 2 ohms, or 300 watts into one channel bridgeable at 4 ohms. Now, as we always do, we want to test the amplifier's output power to find out how much power it truly makes. If you haven't seen these tests before, on the left, the power output in watts, in the middle, the ohm load, on the right, the voltage of the dyno. We'll also have the remote clamp so that we can estimate the amplifier's efficiency. First up, we're going to do the 2-channel test. That's right, we'll have both channels loaded and on the dyno here so we can test them out and find out how much power it does. And at 4 ohms, it is rated 100 watts by 2. Doesn't give us a specific voltage that it's rated at, so we'll just say 100 by 2. We'll try it at around 13.5 volts. Here we go, certified test up to 1% distortion, and we get rated power, 106 and 108. Very nice. Now for the old school freaks, we're going to turn the voltage down because we know you guys, let's see it 12.5 D. All right, well, let's turn it down to 12.5. Try that certified test again with 1 kilohertz, up to 1% distortion, and there you go. We got the 100 watts is rated at 12.35 volts. Very nice. Now let's do the dynamic test, which sends a dynamic pulse, a tone of 1 kilohertz into the amplifier. And here at 13.6, we get exactly the same that we got for the certified test, 106 and 108. Now let's try the 2 ohm test. It's rated 150 watts by 2. Again, they don't specify voltage. We're going to try it at 13.5. Here we go, certified to 1% distortion. Can we get the 150 by 2? Yes, we do. 158 and 163. So there you have it. Does its rated power into 4 ohms and 2 ohms. Dynamic will send a pulse track into the amp, and once again we get nearly exactly the same results that we got certified. And that may tell you something about the power supply of these amps, but there you have it. Now let's bridge the amplifier mono, again using left positive and right negative. That's the green and the black white wire. So we'll do that, and it's rated to deliver 300 watts at 4 ohms. So let's try that, and here we go. 1 kilohertz is the track, certified up to 1% distortion. Can we get the 300 watts? And yes, 328 at 13.5 volts. But I hear you already. Let's try it at 12.5. So you know what we're going to do. We're going to crank that voltage down to 12.5, and we're going to try it again. So here we go. Can we get 300 watts at 12.5 volts? Here we go. Can we do it? Certified to 1% distortion? Not quite. 270 at 12.3. Now let's try that test again using the 40 hertz track at 13.5 volts and see. And as you can see, we do get 304 watts using the 40 hertz track. So it does rated power as long as you give it about 13 volts. Dynamically, we send the pulse track into the amp. We do get more power here, 344. Is it going to count up anymore? This is the 1 kilohertz track. Looks like 348, 13.67 volts. All right, so as you can see here, we have the results of all the tests. We included 8 ohms as well, which we didn't show. Got about 60 watts per channel at 8 ohms. The efficiency is not very good on this amp, but that is typical of these old 80s style amplifiers, Class AB. They are not very efficient, as you can see here, 40% efficient at 4 ohms bridged. But anyway, let's go ahead and take one of the side panels here off of the amplifier so we can slide off the bottom and take a look at the internals. here we have the Orion designed MTX Blue Thunder BTA 2100. I know a lot of you are saying, but which Orion amp is this like? Well, I got some gut shots. The 280GX, it is not just like. What about the other Orions? The 275SX? Nope, it's not like that one either. What about the 2125SX? Nope, it's different than that one. Well, surely the Terminator series it's like? No, that one's made by Precision Power, so it's not like that one either. So you're telling me this is a bespoke design? Yes, my friends, this is a uniquely designed Orion board for this MTX Blue Thunder amplifier. Now, I am fortunate enough to have an MTX Blue Thunder subwoofer that matches this amplifier. It's just unfortunate that there are issues with this Blue Thunder subwoofer. It does not work properly, so I wasn't even going to let you guys hear how it sounded because it does not sound good at all. Definitely has some issues. But we do have some other subwoofers that we're going to try out. So let's hook up the amp in tri mode and try it that way and see how it sounds. So I didn't see anywhere in the manual that this Blue Thunder BTA 2100 was tri mode capable, but I did bust out the old Phoenix Gold XVR4. This is a tri mode crossover. Take your left and right here, input. Subwoofer's crossed over. Mids and highs are crossed over high pass. And yeah, it seems to be working fine. So this amp is tri mode capable with a tri mode crossover. So very cool.
Rolling through the block in my 92 Civic. Sound so crisp, neighbors think I'm prolific. Kevlar cones hitting, boom seismic. Diamond tweeters gleam, man, this ain't no gimmick. 20-ounce magnets pulling all the vibes. Polyester tweeters got the high so alive. Three-way speakers, my sound diversified. Call me Mozart in the whip, making classes while I drive. Spark-o-matic, got the bass dramatic. 100 watts max, yeah, the sound is static.
Well, there you have it, the review, test, and overview here of the MTX Blue Thunder BTA 2100 from 1988. Very cool amplifier. Very fortunate to have found this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash me the like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Till next time, Big D, I'm out of here.
Rolling down the block, speakers on detonation. MTX Blue Thunder, the heart of my vibration. 300 watts hitting, no hesitation. Bipolar transistors, powers my foundation. Blue in the dies, shining like a chrome throne. Old school, made in USA, all grown. Thunder EQ, hitting lows, highs precise. Subwoofers bumping, make the hood feel nice. Molars connected, clean sound, no distortion. Clipping indicators flashing, that's my caution. Pulse width modulated, never lose a beat. Current sense and tech, got the system elite. Blue Thunder, BTA bass, hitting thunderclap. Red tech, Orion design, put it on the map. Try mode, switching every note pristine. Gangsta sound system, I rise the same. Blue Thunder, BTA.
Props to those who stuck around. We're going to try 2 ohms mono. It's not rated 2 ohms mono. We're just going to try the dynamic test here at 1 kilohertz. See what we get. 13.7 volts. What can it do? 400 watts? Yes, it can. It can do more, and it keeps counting up. What are we going to get? 450, 460, 470, 472, 13.59. Big D, I'm out.
Rolling down the block, bass hitting like a boulder. Me cakes on my mind, amp sitting on my shoulder. Designed by Orion, built like a tank. 300 watts deep, blowing cash from the bank. Blue in the dies, yeah, she gleaming in the trunk. BTA engraved, making suckers look sunk. Bipolar transistors, thunder EQ loud. Subwoofers bumping, got the whole block proud. Blue Thunder, yeah. Rare piece of art, clean sound, no distortion, tear your whip apart. Old school flex, made in USA. Current sense and tech, keep the static at bay. Molex connections, clip indicators.